Right. Hi to the Philippines.
Yeah. There's some capers and things that we pulled off that were maybe a little more small-time criminal stuff.
Oh my God, thank you. I just completely...
No worries.
This season felt very special.
That's a really good question.
Right. Hi to the Philippines.
Yeah.
From Rogue One to now the 2 seasons of Andor, what did working on this second season leave you with creatively, emotionally, or even philosophically that you didn't expect coming back in?
Well, I didn't expect that my journey was gonna be so close to Cassian's journey, in a metaphorical way. But this show has been a revolution for me in many ways. It has changed my life. This character I've been playing for now more than 10 years, and many things have happened to me. We went through a pandemic together. It's been transforming in many ways, and belonging to this community matters a lot to me. And all Cassian Andor is all about community, and this rebellion is about a community finding out what they're capable of doing if they aim for the same cause, for change to happen.
So Bix has been through hell. Torture, loss, betrayal. How do we find her in season 2, and what part of her story are you most proud of?
I mean, she goes through it in season 2. Same as every sort of character does. She has to really rebuild herself and go and get through what happens with Dr. Gore. She's dealing with so much trauma, and how she deals with that trauma is sort of part of her journey. And then coming together with Cassian and sort of building a home and finding a home within Cassian is also part of her journey this season.
Coming back to this world, what did working on this season leave you with creatively, emotionally, or even philosophically that you didn't expect going in?
Like K2SO, I think coming in, I thought of K2 as a beautiful boy, like a good boy who has the ability to, shoot a blaster when someone finally gives him a blaster. That he can, do some damage, and he's a good sidekick. He's a badass. Don't mess around with K2. He can hurt people. I think we're going to see a little bit of that.
So if K2 decided to make a rebellion-themed podcast, who would his first guest be, and what would you guys be talking about?
Obviously, it would be Cassian would be my first guest. We talk about the good old days, some of the old stories. Not stories that you're going to see in this, although it looks like you're going to see everything of our relationship. But there's some capers and things that we pulled off that were maybe a little more small-time criminal stuff. Jewelry heists. We stole Netflix with somebody else's code. We did stuff like that. So we talk about that.
Thank you so much for your time. I've been a fan since Firefly, so this is such an honor. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Chris from the Philippines. Nice to meet you.
Chris. Nice to meet you. I love the outfit.
Thank you. Coming back to this world, what did working on this second season leave you with creatively, emotionally, or even philosophically that you didn't expect coming back in?
This season felt very special. It was such a wide journey. We explore so much character, not just within story space, but also internal story. I learned so much about this woman. She's not just a politician. She's a wife. She's a mother. She's an ally. She's a threat. She's a friend. I was deeply fulfilled by the end of filming it. It felt very satisfying as an actor to get to play this version of her. And I think this exploration of her is perhaps something I could have only ever hoped for.
What if Mon Mothma started a rebellion-themed podcast? What would the first episode be about, and who would be her first guest?
I mean, I'm here today, so I think it has to be Cassian because it's called Andor. So that would be my diplomatic answer as a politician. I think that at the heart of Andor, is really the story is about courage, the courage of ordinary people, ordinary folk, to find each other, to reach out, and to be able to sacrifice both individually and together. So maybe it will be courage.
Hi, I'm Chris from the
Hi,
Philippines.
Chris. This is me, and this is me.
Very nice. Coming back to this world, what did working on this second season leave you with creatively, emotionally, or even philosophically that you didn't expect coming back in?
You know what? It's hard to say that I didn't expect it because I do expect it. When you work with Tony Gilroy and his team of writers and this company of actors, you kind of know that you're going to be moved, changed. You're going to feel everything, and I did. It was this season for me was like, I don't know, any fear I had about, maybe Dedra's going to go soft, or I just felt so proud to be part of like a team that took it properly, that used Star Wars to tell a story that is about something as old as time, this kind of battle between good and evil. And I was just so privileged. The whole thing has been incredible.
Thank you so much for your
Oh
time.
my God, thank you. I just completely...
No worries. If your character suddenly got the ability to use the Force, would you use it for good, or do you think your character's moral compass would shift a bit? The morality of your character goes, you don't know which way exactly.
It's interesting with Syril because he is his own worst enemy and a product of his own desire and ambition, and ultimately used by the structure that he is so desperate to be a part of in the Empire. Ultimately, at the heart of, I always saw him as a tragic figure, and that there's heart in there. He's just built so much armor around it. And so I don't know. I mean, the journey that Syril goes through, everything he held to be true is ultimately tested. If he was given the Force, I don't know if he'd even use it. I don't know if he'd know what to do with it, I think, that's a really good question.
So every project begins with a vision. What part of that changed completely once you were deep in this process?
Fear. No, no. I mean, I was offered this chance to do a show about revolution with a gigantic canvas, and it was just so appealing to me. I was really naive and ignorant about what it was going to take to make the show. We all were. I mean, because these big streaming shows were brand new things, and so there was a lot of fear getting into it when you realize what you've signed on to. Part of that was realizing that we couldn't do 5 seasons as we'd promised, and that's why the second season we got very lucky and found this elegant solution where there were, my God, we have 4 blocks and we need 4 years, and what if we do a year a block? So, look, it's a balance between confidence and fear all the time. But I think that answers your question a little bit.